Hey there, CIS102. Welcome to session 4 already, which, as far as I'm concerned, means we are moving very, very quickly. In this session, we have essentially two continuations. We have the continuation of chapter 2, and we have the continuation of chapter 2 for the word component of class. Just a couple of words here before essentially I tear you loose to continue working on those bits. Number one, in this session's module, and just by virtue of how things break down, it's actually above this video in the module. There is a deep dive into how a processor works. It is an Engadget video. It is ostensibly, which means mostly, it's about the M1 Mac system on a chip that had, I believe it was in late 2020, debuted. Let me tell you, though, the following thing is absolutely true. Dating all the way back to my graduate school days when I was taking a course called Computer Architecture, which was literally like, this is how the machine bits of a computer work. There was, I always felt like a real lack of good video about just how a computer actually does its job. So, it was a 16-week, 4-credit graduate course. We had to pay like $1,000 for books. It was a total ripoff as far as I was concerned. We had books that stacked about yay high. And in all of that, I had a good understanding of how a processor worked. But that came through thousands of pages of, text material. And then years later, last year sometime, I come across that video from, I believe it was Engadget. And it was like, holy cats, we finally have the right mixture of, the actual science, the data science of how it is that a processor works, and somebody with an art department who could make it look good. And I thought, holy cow, we finally have something that I can give to students and say in 13 minutes, I'm not really 100% sure how long it is. I believe it's about 13 minutes. You can legitimately understand not just the way an M1 system on a chip works. That's one thing, but they actually go through and show you how, every sort of processor works. So like, here on my phone, there's a little graphics processor in there. Well, everything in a phone is little, right? There's a main system on a chip in there. Actually, that's how things like the modem work in here too. It is a remarkably adept video at really showing you just how exactly all of those things that you're supposed to know and maybe you know about how a processor really works. And it actually shows you visually how it works. I think it's a fantastic video. The gentleman had one too many Red Bull maybe, but aside from that, it is spot on. The other thing that I will tell you about the session here, because I like to leave breadcrumbs over the course of the session, is I have a video on what makes Word so great. And I say that by restricting the vomit just a little bit because I am heaping praise on a Microsoft product, but really it is earned praise. Over the last however many years that Word has become like the de facto desktop publishing suite that most companies will look to. I mean, just underneath that of like Adobe Illustrator, that's how good Microsoft Word is. So in that video, what we do is highlight some of the extra that you can do with Microsoft Word. Look, if you take what we're doing here in the chapter 2 of the Word material and tweak that a little bit, what you're really genuinely able to do is take Microsoft Word, which everybody already has, and turn it into a very, very capable desktop publishing tool to make actual good design, which is insane. Compared to kind of like the 2003 version of Microsoft Word that everybody kind of uses still, even through like Office 2010, which is still the most popular version of Office. It doesn't look so good, but the new versions that we have look good and work good, and that, entices users to use it more deeply. So it is my hope that that video will be ready for you on Wednesday. This is a crazy week in the Wolf household. It's my little man is going to K5, and I actually get to go with him on Tuesday. So that day is going to be a wash. So I am very, very hopeful that by Wednesday, near the end of the day, um, or Thursday, the more I think about it, I will have that desktop publishing video ready for you. And it will be here in the week for module. As always, CIS 102, as you come across questions, do not hesitate to reach out. That way we can help maintain your forward progress as you're working on the materials in the modules. So all of that being said, take a look at the video. It is above in the deep dive into how a processor works. Do keep an eye out for a message on the Word for Desktop Publishing video, and have at it, CIS 102.